Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. So today is day of Christmas, 8th day of giving, and so today on the 8th day of plenty goodness, my true love gave to me an update on all of my not so doing great plants. So this video is dedicated to all the plants that were not doing so great over the year. I started doing this, I started showing you guys plants that were not doing so great on my top 5 house plants of the month in April. So I wanted to update you guys on those plants. There are 2 plants that I no longer have, that they didn't make it. So we are going to start with April. So if I have a picture of the plant, at all when I first got it, or when it wasn't doing so great, I will definitely insert a picture. But also I will link the top 5s of the month down below, or up in the eye here, or you can just go back and watch them on my past videos. But for the month of April, the plant was the Velvet Calathea, and I really loved that plant and I really wanted it to do well, but it just didn't make it. The leaves were yellow. I don't think it had enough humidity, and I have seen the Velvet Calathea in the grocery store recently, and I chose not to buy it just because it didn't live in my house. I couldn't keep it alive. Maybe one day I will try it out again, but it just didn't make it. So sadly, that is one that I no longer have. So in the month of May, it was my money tree, and one of the branches was dead. So I just removed that one, and then I was inspecting the other one and it wasn't doing well either. So it is down to 1 branch, and I will show you that. This is what the money tree looks like now. It is down to 1 stem or branch or whatever, and then it has this here. So this is what it looks like now. It's doing good. I mean, it has new growth, if you can see that, and I do try to water it with filtered water, and I water this one at least once a week. I think before I wasn't watering it enough, but now I do water it once a week, and it is getting some new growth. I do have it in more sunlight now, so that might be helping it also. But for the most part, it's doing okay. I mean, it's down to only 1 stem, but it is still alive and it's growing new growth. So that was my sad plant for the month of May. Okay, so the next plant for the month of June was my cissus. And I will go ahead and insert a picture here of what it looked like when I first got it. It is such a beautiful plant. I wish that I could have kept that plant looking beautiful. All the leaves started falling off and turning crunchy, and it just kind of got down to just 2 vines. I will insert a picture of it because it is kind of vining through my bamboo shelf, so I don't want to take it off the shelf and like damage it. So I will insert a picture of what it looks like now. It looks nothing like when I first got it, but it is still alive and it is growing leaves. And my husband told me I should have thrown it in the trash back when it wasn't doing so great, but I held on to it and I crossed my fingers for that plant, and it's doing okay. Nowhere near as beautiful it was when I first got it, but it is alive and it is growing new leaves, and it's vining and trailing, and I'm fine with what it looks like. Yes, I would like to get a beautiful cissus one day, but for now I'm just going to keep that one, and hopefully it will grow more leaves for me. So that was my sad plant for June. All right, so my sad plant for July was my begonia I got at Lowe's, and I will insert a picture here what it looks like when I first got it, because I no longer have it. I don't know what it is with begonias. The only begonia that is thriving and doing great in my home is my prized possession, my looking glass begonia. But I keep them in my bathroom, they just really don't live. So that plant was a sad plant and it just did not make it. And that was my sad plant for July. The sad plant for August was my Monstera adansonii. And this plant had so many problems from the time I first bought it. I got it at Lowe's, and it had mealybugs. And it had a lot of mealybugs, and I tried to clean it off and clean up the mealybugs, and they just seemed to hang around for so long. And finally I got rid of all the mealybugs, and then I got spider mites. So I finally got the spider mites cleaned up, and now it's doing okay. It does have yellow leaves, it gets brown leaves, the tips are brown. So this plant, even though it's a beautiful plant, I can definitely say it is one of my least favorite plants, just because it is so much work. It's so difficult for me, and it is a challenge every single day. But let me grab it because I do have it. Okay, so this is my Monstera adansonii. It is growing new leaves, as you can see there. It's unfurling one there. It does have some, you know, some trails, but it's just overall not doing so great. I do water this one with filtered water. It's in partial sun, not bright sun. It does get a lot of filtered sunlight, and I did change out the soil. I just don't know what else to do for this plant. It's alive, and it does grow new leaves for me, so I don't know, I guess I can't ask for much more, but this plant definitely is not one of my favorite plants, I can say that. But it is a beautiful plant, and I'm sure if it wasn't so difficult for me, it would be one of my favorite plants. But I'll keep working on it. I'll keep you guys updated on this one, just because I'm determined to get this plant to grow and be beautiful and full. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on this plant. And this one was my plant that was not doing so great for the month of August. So the next plant is the sad plant for the month of September. And that plant was my string of bananas. And it just wasn't doing so great. The strings, the bananas on the strings were just really tiny. The plant was really dead on the top, really bald on top. And so I did repot it. I did stick it outside, because if I stuck it outside in the summer, it would just totally burn. It would not survive. It's really hot here, and the plants just can't take it. So I did put it outside shortly after I filmed that video, and I cut it, like I cut all the trails off, because it was just long and it just didn't look good. But it's still not looking so great. It does need to be watered. I bottom water this one now, and this is what it looks like. So like I said, I did cut the trails, so it doesn't really have long trails anymore, but I'm hoping that it will start getting fuller but this is what it looks like now. Like I said, I did stick it outside and seems to like it out there. I just need to keep up on watering it because I forget to water it out there sometimes just because it's outside and I really don't go out there too much. But it's still alive, and this is what it looks like. So this is my sad plant for the month of September. So there's my string of bananas. Okay, so the next plant that was not doing so great for the month of October was my pink Chinese evergreen, and it's still not doing that great, but it is doing a little bit better. It does have new growth coming out here. It's really bald in the back, but it does have some new growth here, if you guys can see that. So I'm still, you know, fingers crossed for this plant. I still have a lot of hopes for this plant, and I do water it with distilled water. It is in less sun than it was in. It used to be sitting by the west facing window where it got a lot of indirect light. It is now sitting further back on by my south facing door, but it doesn't get as much light as it was getting. So it seems to be doing okay. It is alive, and it's just so pretty. So this plant was my sad plant for the month of October. Okay, so the last plant, the sad plant for November, because I have not done my top 5 house plants of December yet. So the sad plant for the month of November was my Thanksgiving cactus. And it just wasn't blooming. It did have white blooms when I first got it last year. And this year it just wasn't blooming. I was kind of sad because it was looking really sad. So I put it closer to the window, my south facing window, on a shelf. And let me show you what it looks like. Now this is what it looks like. And as you guys can see, it is getting ready to bloom. So I'm totally happy for this plant. I think it looks a lot better. It was looking kind of droopy and just sad. It looks so much better. No, it only has 3 blooms. At least it has blooms. I'm excited for that. I'm so happy that it's doing better. I think it just needed more light, I guess. It is cold over by that window. We still don't have our heater on in the house because it's still... In the house, it's still about 75 degrees, but over by the window, it does get cooler, so maybe that was the trick. I don't know, but it is doing so much better. It does have some blooms on it now. So this was my sad plant for the month of November. Okay, you guys, so this is the end of the video. I will insert the giveaway winner here for the White Ghost Euphorbia. So contact me. I put my email address down below. Go ahead and contact me on my email address, and I will get back with you. I am going to mail out the winners' prizes this weekend, because I work all day. By the time I get off work, the UPS store or the post office is closed. So this time for the giveaway, I wanted to give away a macrame hanger. So if you guys can just leave me a comment of which plant you think is doing the best, leave it down below in the comments, and I will go ahead and put all your names in a bowl. Last time I think there were maybe close to 200 people that I had to write everybody's names down. But I am truly loving reading all your comments. And even though I don't get back to you guys, I am reading them all. So keep leaving those comments because I really do love them. But so just leave me a comment down below which plant you think is doing the best out of all the ones that I showed you on this video. Of course, be subscribed to my channel, and then Steph's channel and Keisha's channel. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching our videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the 12 days of giving. And I just want to thank everybody for watching. And until next time, guys, bye.